Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. Ecstatic Yoga Studio is our website if you want to check out more information on our yoga retreats and teacher trainings. And today we are going to be moving through Samadhi, warrior flow, and focusing on this anandamaya kosha. We're also going to bring a really strong focus in self-love. Hi, Bruno. So happy that you're here. And so happy that you're here, whoever is here today. I've got Bruno here live. And so let's begin our practice. Sitting in a nice, comfortable position. Feeling that earth underneath you. And connecting with the earth. Taking a moment to breathe, bring that breath down to that lower belly, and take some time to connect with yourself. Diving the attention and the awareness in towards the self. And we'll move through these koshas we've been working on the last 5 weeks. Anandamaya kosha, sensing this physical body, the bones, the muscles, the skin, all the organs. This is our physical body, our physical sheath. And acknowledging this aspect of our being, most dense, most solid, very temporary, but we're here. Taking a nice deep breath into that belly as you move into pranamaya kosha. And we'll take a couple 3-part yogic breaths here. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Gentle pause at the top of the breath. And then letting everything go. And as you breathe, 3-part yogic breath. Allowing yourself to expand into this energy body, this pranamaya kosha, all the energy systems. So unlike the anandamaya with the physical systems and the organs, this is the energetic systems, the subtle body systems. Our pranavayas, moving the energy up and down and inward and spiraling. The nadis, Ida and Pingala nadis, starting at the tip of the tail and spiraling up, meeting at each chakra to vitalize this Sushumna nadi, the great river that comes right up our spine, out the crown. And all the chakras, the meridians, noticing this energy body. And diving even deeper inward, noticing this manomaya kosha, where the lower mind, the mental, and the emotional bodies reside. And taking a moment to acknowledge this lower mind. We need this lower mind so that we can do certain things like brush our teeth and walk down the street and have an intelligent conversation. However, when we're wanting to move into higher states, we need to let this chitta, all this thinking and this manas, we need to let it go for a moment and not be distracted by the disturbances of the lower mind. And we can bask in the felt sense of the emotions, letting them all arise, be fully felt, and dissolve. Taking a few moments and a few breaths, basking in without judging or labeling, just feeling fully this emotional body. And releasing the Manomaya kosha as we move into Vijnanamaya kosha. This is the higher mind. And allow us to move into meditative state of awareness. That consciousness. And if you like to bring yourself into concentration on an anchor for a few breaths, maybe concentrating on your breath or a mantra or your favorite anchor, listening, whatever that may be for you, taking a few breaths as we move into some concentration or mindfulness anchor. Anytime we rest in Vijnanamaya kosha, we welcome this state of Samadhi, this basking in the anandamaya kosha. And we're going to move a little, so we're going to invite ourselves to maintain this connection to this higher mind, this Vijnanamaya kosha. And we'll take a few Samadhi breaks where we stop and we move into anandamaya kosha as we flow through this practice. We're going to be doing our warrior flow with some variations and modifications. I know we've done this already, but just to add a few little more variations and modifications, maybe just one per pose, or we've gotten a lot in this, Andy, so close. Let's begin warming up with a little twist. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind the left buttock. Inhale, lengthening, and exhaling, twist. And one more breath. And releasing back to center. And let's move to the other side. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind the right buttock. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhaling, twisting, gazing over that right shoulder. And coming back. Beautiful. Let's move a little cat-cow. Moving that spine in different directions. We did a twist. Now we're moving in flexion and extension of the spine. Beautiful. Coming back to center. We'll move a little lateral movement with the spine. Moving one side to the other. Just opening up that side body. And breathe. and coming back to center. And let's come up to a standing position. I will move through the warrior flow with the most modifications, and then we'll move into a little less modifications. So if somebody wants to stay kind of low, we can start our warrior 2 with the knee on the down, the foot is facing back, and then this front knee, so I have my left leg front, but it's the knee still right over the ankle, the pelvis is forward facing me, and then bringing those arms out and gazing out over those front fingertips. Can engage those bandhas and breathe. On your next exhale, bringing the back hand to the back leg and the front arm up into our reversed warrior. A nice low position. And breathe. Inhaling, reaching into the fingertips, and exhaling, swooping to rest. That hand gently on the front thigh. Back arm can come up alongside the body, and we can begin a little tilting to the side in our side angle. Xander wants to get my attention. And breathe. Beautiful. Moving into a little modified triangle, we can straighten that front leg and we can bring that hand down. We can even use a block if we want. May not need one, but you can use a block. And moving in your modified triangle, gazing up at the extended fingertips or keeping that head in line with the spine. And breathe. Next inhale, reaching into the fingertips, and on your exhale, bringing the hands. We'll move into a nice modified pyramid. And I'm going to adjust this back foot for these next 3 poses. So it's coming out and squaring the hips over the front leg, bringing the hands on either side, and then you can rest down in a nice low pyramid. And then we can move into the revolve triangle as we press the right hand into the earth, twisting away from me as you lift the left arm up. Inhaling, reaching into the fingertips. And then exhaling, bringing that hand down and relaxing into your pyramid for a breath. What you're doing, G and U. And then moving into a warrior 1, a nice low warrior 1. You can keep the hands down on the earth, right? Front knees over the ankle, back knee is bent and on the earth. Or you can come up into your low lunge. Arms up, but shoulders are relaxed down, facing forward. Engage those bandhas, and let's breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. And bringing those hands down. And we are going to move forward. You can move into a nice little malasana, seated squat. Can be kind of a variation for goddess. You can bring the hands up. There's a lot of little things we can do here. We can come up into our wide leg forward fold, straightening the legs and hinging forward. Moving around a little, noticing all the sensations. Keeping that breath flowing through the nose. And then coming down, and let's move over to the other side. So now I'm on my left knee with the right leg extended out. And I move into warrior two on this side, bringing that right knee over the right ankle, arms out, and then turning the head to gaze out over those right fingertips. Engaging the bandhas and breathe. On your next exhale, bringing the back arm to the back leg and opening up and reaching this right arm out. Slight back bend, gazing up towards the heaven in reverse warrior and breathe. Inhale, reaching into the fingertips. Exhale, we're going to hinge over a little bit, gently resting this front arm, and this back arm can come up alongside the bottom in our side angle. And feel that opening. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Inhaling, reaching into the fingertips. Exhaling, we're going to straighten that front leg. And see, we're doing the maximum modifications. We can bring the hand down to a block, bringing the arm up, and moving into your modified triangle. Inhale, reaching into the fingertips, and exhaling that hand down. And bringing a hand on either side of the front foot, we're going to adjust the foundation. So this back knee is going to be forward, and the lower leg is straight back instead of to the side. And resting in pyramid. And bringing that left hand to the earth, bringing the weight into the left hand to stabilize, twisting away from me as you bring the right arm up. And breathe in revolve triangle. Inhale, reaching into the fingertips. Exhale, coming down in a breath in your pyramid. And moving into our modified warrior one. Knees right over the ankle. I'm going to square those hips. Hips are facing forward. And bring the arms up. And relax the shoulders down. Gazing forward and breathe. Bandhas engaged. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bringing those hands down. And we'll move back into our Malasana. And you can be up on your toes, or you can bring those heels down to the earth. And a couple breaths here. Beautiful. And bringing the hands to the earth and straightening the legs, moving into a nice wide leg forward fold. And let's just gently roll up. The head's going to be the last to come up. So we're rolling up. We're not hinging at the hips. We're rolling at the spine, letting those lower lumbar, mid thoracics, upper thoracics, and then those cervicals, bringing the head up. So we're in a nice standing position. And we're going to move into one more warrior flow. And this is another modification. And it's just bringing our legs closer together. So normally we're in a warrior two. The legs are nice and wide. So one of the ways you can create some adjustments and make it easier for your students is narrowing that your stance, bringing that knee over the ankle. Now, if the ankle starts to move if the knee starts moving forward of the ankle, you want to widen your stance. That will help. So one of the things you can do with your students is invite them to just have a nice narrow stance, gazing out over the left fingertips, and breathe. And on the next exhale, bringing the back hand to the back leg, reaching the front arm up into your reversed warrior. And breathe. Inhale, reaching into the extended fingertips, and exhaling, we're going to hinge down. And for your side angle, you can also have the hand down here. You could also have it on a block if you like, for your side angle, if that helps you. Knee is bent. It's not triangle yet. And breathe, keeping the chest open. When we move into triangle, we're going to straighten that front leg. We're already hinged forward. Can continue using this block. I have it at the highest position. Stacking those shoulders. Can gaze up at the extended fingertips or keep the head in alignment with the spine. And breathe. Inhaling, reaching up. And exhaling, coming down. And we're going to move into pyramid. So I'm going to adjust the back foot a little bit so it's more 90 degrees. And you can take these blocks and relaxing into your pyramid. And blocks can also go to the side, also go down. And rooting the right hand into the block, twisting away from me as we move into revolved triangle. Inhale, reaching into the fingertips, and then exhaling, coming back down into pyramid. And we're going to come up and we're going to move into warrior one. So I'm adjusting my back foot, bringing it back to about 35, 40 degrees. We're going to bring that front knee right over the ankle. You can come up to the knee. Now, you can stay low for your warrior one. You can even bring that knee back down like we were in. You can be like this. Or if you do want to come high, bringing the arms up, squaring those hips, relaxing the shoulders down, engaging the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. And we can move into warrior three. And the nice modification for warrior three is to have something to hold on to. So I'll just hold on to this angel here. So hinging forward, bringing that back leg up, finding a wall or something, a chair that you can hold on to. And breathe. You can flex that back foot. Find a drishti to gaze at. One more breath. And coming back down. We move into our star. Feeling those 5 lines of energy, both feet pressing into the earth, both arms reaching out, and then that crown reaching up towards the heavens. Breathe. And moving into goddess. And a nice variation with goddess is just a very low squat. Not much effort. Nice variation if your students are beginners or limited in movement. And then inhaling up. And we're going to move into that wide leg forward fold. We're going to tilt the pelvis forward and hinge forward. Allowing the head to be the last to relax down. And you can come to a block. You can even bring it high and rest the head on it. And a lot of variations with the hands. You can bring them onto your back. You can bring them behind your calves. You can grab your elbows. Or of course, you can hold on to a block. And let's inhale, lifting that head first, looking at me with that head, and then hinging all the way up. We'll move to the other side. So we're going to continue with this nice modified, nice narrow stance here. And bring that knee over the ankle, bringing the arms out, gazing out over those right fingertips, and breathe. Next exhale, back arm to the back leg and reaching the front arm up. Open heart. Maintaining that meditative flow, basking in that higher mind, that anandamaya kosha. Next inhale, reaching into the fingertips. And exhale, hinging down. And finding your variation here. You can be resting on the front leg. You can have your hand down on a block. This way. And breathe. Deep inhale, reaching into the extended fingertips. Exhale, straightening that front leg and moving into your triangle with a block or without. Just a modification, variation, and this block can go different ways as well. You can gaze up at those fingertips or head in alignment with the spine. Inhale, reaching into the extended fingers. Exhaling, bringing those hands down. Let's use a block on either side of the front foot. I'm going to adjust my foundation, bring that back foot to 90 degrees, and relax into your pyramid. And then left hand rooted into the block or the earth, twisting away and raising that right arm up into revolve triangle. And breathe. Inhale, reaching into the fingertips, and then exhaling that hand down and breathe. And then moving from pyramid into your warrior one, bringing that right knee over the right ankle, coming up, squaring those hips, bringing the arms up, and breathe. Beautiful. And we move into warrior three. Find a wall or a chair or something that you can hold on to as you hinge. I'm going to hold on to this cabinet. And breathe in warrior three. One more breath. And coming back. Beautiful. And we're going to move into a few balancing poses because tomorrow's ecstatic movement is going to be really just an opportunity to really stay in that flow, basking in anandamaya koshas. So we'll do a few balancing poses here. We'll start off with, half moon. It's a nice one. So bringing the feet a little further than hip width apart. And I'm going to find the spot, kind of eyeball the spot. You can even bring your hand down, and you can use a block in this too if you like. It's going to be a little further wider and a little in front of that right leg. And find that spot. Beautiful. And so we're going to bring the weight into the right standing leg. I'm going to bring the right hand down to the earth or the floor and bring the left leg up. Left arm up and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. And let's come down, bending that right knee. Move that block to the other side, finding that spot on the left side. So bringing your weight into the left standing leg, coming down the left hand, down onto the earth, lifting the right leg and the right arm. And breathe. Half moon. Balance. One more breath. And bending that left knee, and right leg down and coming out. Beautiful job. And let's move into dancer. I don't know if we were able to do that last week. Such a wonderful pose. We're going to bring the right arm up. Remembering, you can always use a chair or a wall for any of these balances, especially if you're new, or even just to have it there if you need it to fall back onto or to lean back onto. So bring in that right arm up, opening the heart, opening the chest, bringing the weight into the right leg, and taking this left arm and opening it up so the palm is facing out. When I lift that left leg, I'm going to bring the hand on the inside of the left foot and grab it right here at the arch. And the first thing to do is bring that left leg back a little, reaching up, and feel that nice stretch before we move in fully into the pose. And then begin to hinge, bringing the left leg up, stretching, and bringing the left leg up, seeing if you can bring that knee parallel to the earth, pressing the foot into the left hand. Find a drishti and breathe. One more breath. Coming down. Beautiful job. And let's move into dancer on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to take this left arm up, bring the weight into the left standing leg, opening up this right hand so the palm is facing out. So when I lift that right foot, I can grab the inside of the arch. And first bringing that knee back a little, feeling that nice stretch in the quadricep. And then begin to hinge forward. Bringing that right leg parallel to the floor, pressing the right foot into the right hand. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. And gently coming down. Beautiful job. And let's move to hand to toe. Hand to toe. I often do the whole foot, but there's some variations when you do the toe that might be kind of fun. And so we're going to bring the weight in. Let's bring the weight into the right standing leg. See, we just did the left. And then bring that left foot up. And then with these peace fingers, I'm going to use my left hand. We're going to hold on to that toe and straighten that foot. And then you can take that right hand and bring it out. And find a drishti and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. And coming down. Let's move to the other side. Bringing the weight into the left standing leg. And then bringing that right leg up. Using those peace fingers on the right side. And then straightening that right leg. Bringing the left arm out. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. And releasing down. Beautiful job. It's probably good for balances. Yeah, because we're going to go into Samadhi. So let's move into standing yoga mudra. Clasping those hands behind the back, opening the heart, opening the chest. And then hinging forward. Nice hinge down. And taking a few breaths as we honor the heart, the highest organ of the body, where the highest wisdom can be attained. One more breath here. And releasing the hands, bringing them down to the earth. And we're going to come all the way down. Well, let's come and do a couple balances, our balancing bear and our boat. So grabbing the outside of the feet, one heel can rest, and we'll bring one leg at a time out and moving that leg, stretching. And let's move to the other side. And if you'd like to bring both out at the same time or just move side to side in your balancing bear. And bring the legs back down. And let's move into boat. And let's move first into half boat. You can bring those lower legs parallel to the floor. It's nice and easy. It's a nice place you can rest if you need at any time. And then moving into full boat, straightening the legs, the arms, engage the bandhas and breathe. And moving back into half boat and releasing down. Let's move into some spinal rocks, coming down onto our backs. Beautiful. Resting on your back, moving those hips a little bit, noticing the sensations. Let's move into a half bridge to start. Lifting the pelvis up halfway into two-legged table. And rolling down on the spine. And then this time, we'll press into the feet, coming all the way up as we arch the back, coming up onto our shoulders, clasping the hands underneath us. And if you want to put a block in between or just imagine there's a block between your knees. The tendency sometimes is those knees to come out wide. And breathe. One more breath. And releasing. Coming all the way down. And let's bring those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. And bringing the feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly, and pulling those legs into the body, feeling that nice hip opening. Deep breaths through the nose. One more deep breath. Let's bring one leg at a time out and moving it around a little, closer in, wider out. And the other leg. And then both legs out. And let's bend the knees and gently pulling the feet down towards the earth, opening those hips. And then playing around in your happy baby, rolling around, kicking around, finding your happy expression in your happy baby. And bringing the feet down to the earth, knees are up, and finding a couple releases, maybe hula, maybe hip pointers, maybe cat-cow, or single or double knee drop, just playing around with the hip. Last little movements to make yourself comfortable in Savasana. And bringing those knees in to the chest. And then finding your Savasana pose. Savasana will be a little bit longer because we're going to journey into Samadhi. Feeling the body supported by the earth. Letting all tension, all holding be released and sink deeper down into the earth. Taking a deep breath into the belly as you expand deeper inward and further out into this energy body, this pranamaya kosha. Dynamic energy field within and around you. Diving into the manamaya kosha as we move into that pratyahara, diving that awareness inward as we withdraw our attention from all the busyness of the external world. And we're going to intentionally invite the lower mind to relax as we bask in the emotional body and that felt sense. And moving into Vijnanamaya kosha, and we use this dharana, this concentration, and dhyana. But let's start with dharana, finding a mindfulness focus, whether it's listening, the five senses, the breath, a mantra, and we will move into concentration, dharana, for a few breaths. Moving into dhyana, pure meditative awareness, resting in that higher Buddhi mind, Vijnanamaya kosha. And this Buddhi mind is right beside the divine mind, the anandamaya kosha, inviting that state of samadhi, basking in that anandamaya kosha, that bliss body, as we rest in silent stillness. And I will bring you back. And taking a nice deep breath into the belly. As you begin to come back, beginning to move into this anamaya kosha, the physical being, the physical kosha, feeling the earth connected to the body, body connected to the earth supporting the body, beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes, stretching out the arms and the legs, getting the whole body into it, a nice stretch as you come back, and moving over to one side or the other, whichever feels better. Taking a breath here. And coming up to a seated position. And taking this moment to notice your own being, your own self. As we journey to these higher aspects of our being, into this anandamaya kosha, this higher mind, knowing that what we're accessing is this infinite divine presence that is us. It is an extension of the divine source. And this presence is ancient, wise, has infinite power, love, wisdom, energy, passion. That although we are animating through a very limited, very dense nervous system, that which is animating through, that which is our true eternal self, that which is animating the body and brain, animating through the DNA, is vast, deep, divine, sacred, infinitely intelligent. And let's take this moment to honor this divine within you, within me. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Inviting you to stay connected to this anandamaya kosha, this expanded aspect of your own self, resting in your higher mind throughout the day and days. And thank you, Bruno, for being here with us live and the comments.